Okay, now we're in the comfort of my car. Let's just say, I hate my parents! I hate my parents! I hate my parents! I just think the fact that they've over-policed me my entire life has led me to having zero social skills and not being able to fend for myself. And I can tell you one, Exhibit A, I wasn't allowed to have jobs while I was in high school. I couldn't get a job. I couldn't pay my own bills. I couldn't pay my phone bills. Even if I wanted to fund like an iPad, if I wanted to get a sweet treat for myself, I couldn't because my parents wouldn't let me have a job. But on the other hand, I had friends that were working 2 jobs in high school while doing all these classes and doing extracurriculars to get into college. And it hits a point where my parents will sometimes come to me and be like, see your friend, she's working 3 jobs. She's paying for her car. She's paying for her bills. And you're over here sitting at home all the time. And it's like, it's not my choice to sit at home. I'm not choosing to sit at home. I'm literally sitting at home because you won't let me out the house. I'm 16, you won't let me get a job. And it's like, okay, I understand. And their twisted reasoning is the fact that I'm a kid. I shouldn't have to work. I shouldn't have to really think about that in any sense. That I can just sit there and all I have to do is go to school. That's my only job, is to go to school, come back home, get good grades, go to a good college. That's the only thing that's in my head. So I'm like, okay, I did all of that. And then now you're comparing me to Becky, who is working 4 jobs and is barely able to pay her bills and having to take care of the family on her own. And you're telling me, why didn't I do all of that when you would even let me? Like, do you see how, like, backwards this is? And they do the same thing with sports, too. I wasn't allowed to do any outside of school sports. You know what I did in high school? I did color guard, and I was damn good at it, too. But I wasn't allowed to do anything outside of school. I couldn't do volleyball. I couldn't do basketball. I couldn't do track. Couldn't do anything besides school and maybe go to church. Not maybe. Always go to church. That was the only 2 things I could do. I've graduated high school, and I'm in college, and obviously have nothing else going on for me besides guard. But there are people my age getting signed to professional programs for sports and getting scholarships for sports and being coaches and doing all of these big things within their sports. And all my parents do is compare me to them. You should sign up for this sport at my grown age. I'm going to start volleyball right now and go pro at my age right now. When I was begging you for volleyball classes, you wouldn't let me do it. But you want me to do it now because you see this other child being successful. That sound a little unfair because I remember 10 years ago asking for ice skating classes. I remember 10 years ago asking for basketball classes. I remember 10 years ago asking for dance classes. You wouldn't let me do it then, but you let me do it now because you see other people being successful. And I think it's because they love to compete. Black parents love to compete with other parents for some reason. They don't see their child as their child. They see their child as a trophy. They see their child as their bragging right. That, oh, my child is doing this. Oh, my child is doing that. Oh, my child is doing all of these big things. And they don't see them for the things that the child is accomplishing right now. Your child is good at guard. Your child is really good at guard. Why are we not celebrating that? Why are we shaming that, but comparing them to this child that is gone so far in the sport that they chose and is doing so well, while I'm also doing so well in the sport that I chose, but you're not praising me for that because I'm not successful in your terms? Because all Black parents see as success is either you gotta be a doctor, you gotta be a lawyer, you gotta be an engineer. Those are your only 3 paths. If you want to do anything else, maybe business, maybe marketing, they'll still ask you to change your major. But they don't see anything else as success besides the 3 things or anything they've had in their mind pre-planned for you. And if you're not on that route that they pre-planned, that they wrote out and they drew for you, then you're a failure to them. And I think that sucks. I think it's awful. I don't think any parents should treat their child that way. I see them do the same thing with my sister. Now, they've loosened up a little bit because I guess I was their guinea pig and they've done all the tests and have tested everything on me, and to see how it's not worked out, I'm still sticking with the thing I chose. So they kind of loosened up with my sisters, but they still do the same thing. They still push the one path, my way or the highway, to them. You gotta go this path or you failed at life, basically. Like, even right now, while I'm in college, they still tell me, oh, are you gonna change your major? Oh my God, law looks so good.
Oh my God, have you thought about going to medical school?
I'm like, no. Like, I'm literally a senior. I'm almost graduated. Why would you think I want to change my major that I'm almost done with? And I'm damn good at it too. Like, Why would I want to do that? And it's like, they just never get it. And they say that you need to parent your parents. But how do you parent parents that can't listen? How do you parent parents that don't want to listen to you? How do you parent parents that don't respect you, but they only see respect as a one-way thing, and it's from you to them? They can't respect you, but you gotta respect them. You gotta follow, you gotta do what they want, or else they'll just cut everything from you, or else you're being disrespectful, you're being ungrateful for everything they've given you. And it's not like I'm being disrespectful. It's not like I'm not grateful for everything they've given me. I am. I just wish they understood that I deserve respect too. I deserve the same love and care. I want the respect. I also want to be understood. I want you to trust that I know what I'm doing. I'm almost 21. I know what I'm doing. Maybe not exactly what I'm doing, but trust that I know where I want to be and I'm working on getting there. I just want you to trust me. Like, work with me here. Can you work with me? Can you work with me? Please work with me. But here's the thing, because at the end of the day, all this being said, your parents, in their twisted mind, they want to see you succeed. They really want to see you succeed, but they only want to see you succeed a certain way. Any other way, and you're a failure. So I could be an architect. I could be an artist, and that would be success to me. But to them, I'm a failure. It reminds me of this one video I saw during NFL season of this African mom, and her son was in the Super Bowl. Her son went to the Super Bowl, and the mom was like,
Oh, Super Bowl, yay, touchdown.
And all I'm thinking is that she doesn't see this as a legitimate career. She sees this as a temporary thing that he's doing for fun. She probably doesn't see this as a legit career, like that he's making thousands of dollars off of. She sees this as this temporary hobby that he's doing for fun, and then one day he's just gonna quit and he's gonna go to like medical school or something and become a doctor. They don't respect your choices. Black parents never respect your choices. And it's something, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know if it's a generational thing, but I know that generational curse ends with me. I end this. I am stopping this right after I have kids. I know that is not continuing on. I know I'm going to support my kids, whatever they choose to do. I know I'm going to respect them. The same way I want to be respected is the same way I'm going to respect them. I'm going to give them the respect they want and they need. I'm going to give them the love and care that they need, not just financially, like good love. I'm going to actually empathize with my kids. You know what? Because I actually love them. Because I actually care for them. I actually want to see them succeed. Not just in the way that I have in my mind, but in whatever they choose to do. And I think you should want that for your kids too. No matter what. Even if they don't end up being a lawyer. If your kid is a really good artist, you support them being a really good artist. They're a damn good artist. They can draw really well. Maybe one day it will end up in a museum somewhere. And they're going to be making millions off of it. And all day you're just going to be like, oh my gosh, my kid's painting in this art gallery. Do you support them from the get-go? You can't start claiming that,
Oh, that was my kid. I knew they would always be like this.
when you weren't supporting them from the get-go. That's BS. You didn't really care. You only care when they're successful. You only care when you need money. But anyways, it's been a awful 3 days. I hate my parents. I never want to go home again, even though I will be going home again in 2 months. But, you know, on the brighter side, there is no brighter side, actually. I think this is it. But I guess, I hate my parents.